Building a basic chatbot is a complete waste of time in 2025. If you're still trying to sell AI automation by connecting ChatGPT to a website and calling it a day, you're competing for scraps with everyone else who watched a 10-minute tutorial. I made $4,800 last month from a single client by building what I call a context engine. This isn't a chatbot that just talks, it's a specialized infrastructure that replaces the need for a 3-person junior support team. While most people are struggling to make $50 on Upwork, companies are begging for someone to fix their dumb AI that keeps hallucinating and making their customers angry. This is how you provide real value and charge high ticket prices. The biggest mistake most people make right now is selling AI services as a broad category. When you tell a business owner you can help them with AI, they hear, "I'm going to charge you for something you can do yourself for $20 a month." They don't want AI. They want their support tickets to go down and their customer satisfaction scores to go up. Most AI experts are just prompt engineers. Prompt engineering is a commodity. It's dying. If your only skill is writing a better prompt, you're going to be replaced by the next model update. The real money is in data architecture. Specifically, Retrieval Augmented Generation, or RAG. Here is the actual method I use to build these context engines and how I bill $4,000 to $6,000 for a setup that takes less than 20 hours of work. Step 1 is the data audit. You don't start by building anything. You start by looking at the client's existing mess. Most companies have their knowledge scattered across Google Docs, Slack channels, old PDFs, and Zendesk tickets. Your job is to extract this. I use a tool like Screaming Frog to crawl their public help documentation and specialized scrapers for their internal data. The goal is to create a clean, centralized source of truth. If the data going into the AI is garbage, the output will be garbage. I spend 40% of my time just cleaning text files, removing redundant information, and ensuring the formatting is consistent. This is the part that everyone else is too lazy to do, which is why their bots suck and mine don't. Step 2 is the vectorization. This sounds technical, but it's just about turning text into numbers that an AI can understand. I don't use basic ChatGPT wrappers for this. I use platforms like Relevance AI or Stack AI because they allow for complex logic flows. You aren't just sending a message to an LLM, you're building a multi-step workflow. When a customer asks a question, the system first searches the source of truth you built in step 1, finds the most relevant 3 paragraphs, and then feeds only those paragraphs to the AI with a strict instruction. Only answer using this information. If the answer isn't here, escalate to a human. This eliminates hallucinations. This is what companies pay for, reliability. Step 3 is the integration. A chatbot that lives in a bubble is useless. To charge the big numbers, your context engine needs to live where the customers are. I integrate these systems directly into Intercom, Zendesk, or even WhatsApp. Using tools like Make.com, I build a bridge so the AI can actually perform actions, not just talk. If a customer asks, "Where is my order?" the AI shouldn't just say, "I don't know." It should trigger a lookup in the company's Shopify or ERP system and give the real-time status. That is the difference between a toy and a business tool. I recently did this for a mid-sized e-commerce brand that was drowning in "Where is my package?" and "How do I return this?" emails. They were paying 2 part-time virtual assistants about $2,200 a month to handle these basic queries. I built their context engine in 2 weeks. In the first 30 days, the system handled 72% of all incoming inquiries without a human ever touching the keyboard. The client saved $2,200 in labor costs in month 1. My $4,800 setup fee paid for itself in less than 8 weeks. That is the only math a business owner cares about. I also charge a $500 monthly optimization fee to review the logs, update the knowledge base, and ensure the AI isn't drifting. That's pure recurring profit. If you want to start this today, stop looking at top 10 AI tools videos. Pick a niche where the cost of a mistake is high, but the questions are repetitive. Think medical device companies, specialized software firms, or high-end manufacturing. These companies have deep pockets and a desperate need for accuracy. They won't use a cheap bot because they're afraid of liability. When you come in with a context-locked infrastructure that guarantees accuracy, you're not a freelancer anymore. You're a consultant. Start by finding companies on LinkedIn that are hiring for junior support representative or customer success associate. That is your target list. They are literally telling the world they have a problem that costs them $40,000 a year in salary. Send them a Loom video. Don't show them a slide deck.
Show them a demo of a bot you built using their own public help documentation. Show them how it answers a complex question in 5 seconds that would take a human 5 minutes to research. I'm telling you, the AI gold rush is moving away from the creatives and towards the architects. Don't be the person selling AI-generated art for $5. Be the person building the nervous system for a company's customer operations. The tools are getting easier to use, but the willingness to organize data is still rare. That gap is where the money is. I've seen people try to do this with AutoGPT or other hyped-up autonomous agents. Let me be clear, those are toys. They loop, they fail, and they burn through API credits. No real business will ever let an autonomous agent have uncontrolled access to their customers. They want constrained AI. They want a system that follows a very specific decision tree. If you can build that decision tree, you have a business. The real numbers don't lie. Most of my peers in the AI space are making $0 because they are waiting for a magic tool that does everything for them. I'm making thousands because I'm doing the boring work of data cleaning and logic mapping. You can learn the basics of Stack AI or VoiceFlow in a weekend. By Monday, you could have a demo ready for a local business. Stop chasing the hype and start solving the ticket volume problem. Companies don't care about the singularity or AGI. They care about their Monday morning inbox. Fix that inbox and you can name your price. This isn't a side hustle. It's a high-ticket service that happens to use AI. The moment you stop calling yourself an AI guy and start calling yourself an efficiency consultant, your income will triple. If you want the exact workflow for the data cleaning process I use or the specific escalation logic that prevents the AI from being a liability, you need to look into RAG pipelines. Don't get distracted by the next shiny tool. Master the data flow, master the integration, and you'll never have to worry about AI taking your job, because you'll be the one building the AI that everyone else has to use. The opportunity is wide open right now because the experts are too busy making AI-generated cat videos to solve actual business problems. Go do the work.